Dear ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Hassan Yüksel, and today in this video, vlog, we are going to talk about a little bit the social policy, the word social and the word policy. What do they mean? The development of social policy, the historical background of social policy, the issues of social policy, the topics that the social policy deal with, and the social policy and its correlation with industrial revolution. So let's have a look at firstly the social policy and its meaning. But before giving its detailed meaning, it's useful to have a look at the word social and also the word policy in a separate way. Social means, you know that social means it is related to humans, or it's related to person, people, humane or human beings, right? So the main concern of social policy is the humans. As for the policy, are the sets of initiatives developed by the governments so as to enhance the welfare of the humans, or so as to give some certain solutions to some certain problems. So all in all, social policy are the sets of policies developed by the states, or let's say the governments, so as to increase the welfare or happiness of the humans, or so as to give some certain solutions to some certain social problems. So this definition gives us some tips. The first tips is that the main concern of social policy is human, or let's say a community or society as a whole. Second, social policies are conducted by the governments. This is very important because the markets, the free markets or the market economy does not have any concern to deal with the social problems. So the third one is that the social policy practices are dealing with social problems. For example, unemployment, for example, poverty, for example, family problems, for example, divorces, for example, work and life unbalances. So these are the main issues of social policies. So the main concern of social policy are the social problems. Throughout history, we can see a concrete difference between the definitions of social policy. For example, when we have a look at the definitions of social policy in the 18th century, we can say that the social policy was just concerned with the problems of employees. This is the surface meaning actually. But in the 21st century, the definitions of social policy was radically changed because of globalization and also neoliberalism. So the social policy in the 21st century did not focus on the problems of the employees, but it focused on the problems of all humans without any discrimination. So, and this was the surface meaning. The meaning that was in Industrial Revolution. At the end of the 18th century and at the beginning of the 19th century, this is very important. But in the 21st century, the meanings of social policy, was enlarged, and it started to embrace all humans. So this is a detailed meaning. If the social policy, is just concerned with the problems of employees, this is surface meaning. If the social policy, focuses on the problems of all humans without any hesitation, then this means that this is a detailed social policy. The social policy, as I stated before, is concerned with the social problems. For example, unemployment. For example, poverty. For example, trade unionism. For example, human trafficking. For example, wage policies, right? For example, labor markets and the labor as a term. So these topics are the issues that the social policy deal with. What about the historical viewpoint of social policy? Social policy is an academic discipline was started to be discussed in the aftermath of Industrial Revolution that was defined as a marriage of steam and that was the marriage of two, whites. The first one is steam, and the second one is textile industry. So this is very important. So the social policy, practical and professionally, was started to be discussed in the aftermath of Industrial Revolution, which was a turning point in the history of humankind. So these things, I think, will be enough for today's vlog, right? So all in all, we started to debate the meanings of social policy, the historical viewpoint of social policy, and it is issues, the issues that the social policy deal with. So in the next video, we are going to focus in detail about the the Industrial Revolution, and it is ups and downs, its causes and effects, and things like that. So see you next video. Thank you very much again for your listening. See you. Bye bye.